Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make is a pound cake. But this particular pound cake, while it really comes out so large and bakes up so tall, as well as it has 6 eggs in it. So it's an incredibly rich tasting pound cake. Now if you're looking for a lemon pound cake, I have an Italian recipe on my channel. It uses 10 eggs, believe it or not. And then I have several other type of pound cakes with whether it's with applesauce or chocolate or whatever. So if you're looking for pound cakes in general, please check out my other videos. Well, let's get started making this, I think, this terrific tasting pound cake. You're going to start off with 1 1/4 cups of butter, which is 2 1/2 sticks. And I went ahead and I cut it up into small pieces. And I'm going to break it up here with my mixer. I find that the stand-up mixer for this recipe really, well, it does the job. You can go ahead and try a hand mixer, but it's a little bit difficult because the ingredients, well, there's a lot of them. So that's going to be up to you, however you want, whatever you want to do. And then just break up the butter. I'm going to raise my speed, so I want to warn you about the sound. Okay, once you do that and break it up and cream it. Now, I'm going to go through this probably pretty quickly because it's the video and I want to move it along. But you'll really want to spend time beating your butter and your sugar until it's completely very silky and smooth. You're going to be putting in 2 1/2 cups of granulated sugar to that butter. And again, I'm going to raise my speed. When I really spend a great deal of time blending these together, but I'm going to move it along due to the video. I'm going to raise my speed just a little bit. And then of course I want to clean the sides of my mixing bowl here. Okay. Now once you have nicely creamed the granulated sugar and the butter in your mixer, then you'll want to move on to the condensed milk. And you're going to put 1 can of condensed milk in. Now this is the sugar one, the sweetened one. And I'm putting in 1 can. I'm going to try to get it all out here, get it into the bowl. There we go. And then again, just beat that till it's all smooth and it comes together. I'm going to raise my speed once again. And I'll show you so far what I have and what it looks like. Okay, and there we go. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's relatively, very smooth and well blended. Again, I probably would beat it just a little bit longer if I wasn't doing the video. All right, the next thing you're going to be putting in are those 6 eggs that I mentioned early on. And I'm going to put 1 in at a time. And just till they're all combined. That was the first one, of course. And we got the second one coming in, beaten well. And our third. And there's the 4th one. And number 5. And number 6. The last one to put in. Okay, and again, you'll want to really make sure that it is well combined and beaten well. Okay? Once the milk goes in there. All right. Next step, of course, is our dry ingredients. And you're going to need 3 1/2 cups of flour. You're also going to be putting in 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And you're going to be putting in 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then with a spoon, I'm just going to stir this together. Just give it a little stir. And then I'm just going to start slowly putting in the dry with the wet, a little at a time. And this you don't want to overbeat because you don't want your cake to be too dense or too heavy in texture. All right, I have almost all the flour in, and I'm going to be putting in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. That was 2 teaspoons. And then the rest of my flour is in, and now it's just a matter of combining it and beating it together. I raise my speed. Okay. And I'm going to take my paddle out of here, get my excess off as much as I can here. All right, set that aside. And then I'd like to show you what the batter looks like. There is a lot of it, and it's really a beautiful, smooth and creamy, glossy batter. Okay? And now the pan that you're going to need. Well, I traditionally like just the tube pan, but you can use your bundt pans or whatever large baking pan that you have. And I went ahead and I heavily greased it with a shortening. You can use whatever you prefer. And then I also dusted it with flour so that it'll be easily released, the cake, when it's time for it to come out of there. All right, and again, let me just give this a couple more beats. My spatula here by hand. And what a pretty batter. And we're going to start to put this in my pan, and it's quite heavy holding this up, but I'm going to try to put it in as equally all the way around. And then with my spatula, just make sure that it's evenly distributed, so it's not on just one side. There we go. And I'm just going to take out the rest of it here. There we go. You want to get all of that out because you really don't want to waste any of your batter. And I'm just going to take the excess off here with my knife. Okay, that'll do it. And then I do like to tap my pans just to get those air bubbles out. And this is going to go into an oven at 350 degrees, and it will take you probably 1 hour and 30 minutes to bake up. When after an hour passes though, what I like to do is I actually take a piece of foil and put it over the cake in the oven that's baking so that the top doesn't become too brown. But this actually took me today to bake this cake a full hour and 30 minutes. But again, check them, check your cakes because you know all of them set up so differently. I want to just rinse my hands quickly here. And I want to show you what this cake looks like once it bakes up. And here it is. It comes out just a beautiful large pound cake. As you can see, I don't have my tape measure, but you can get an idea how tall this cake is and how large it is. I went ahead and I just made a powdered sugar glaze. You can use milk, you can use water, that type of thing, or you can just, sprinkle powdered sugar on top, or just leave it alone and it tastes delicious. Let's cut into it, okay? So that way you can see the inside. So I'll just want to get a knife here to do that. And we'll cut down into the cake and take a slice out. And there you have a beautiful pound cake. It is quite moist, yet it's not a real heavy, dense one either. This cake can also be used if you want to put for strawberries, like make a strawberry shortcake with your strawberries and your whipped cream, or just put it plain alone with some fresh fruit on the top. It'll be really up to you, but it just comes out just beautiful, a nice presentation on the cake, and it really does taste so good with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, that kind of thing. Well, there you have it. You've got a pound cake made with 6 eggs and sweetened condensed milk. I hope you try this recipe, and if you do and you like it, leave a comment because I'd like to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching Diane Lovetobake. And please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you soon.